Hello, very good evening. I hope I'm
Good evening,
audible.
ma'am. Good
Very good
evening,
evening.
ma'am.
Very good evening. It tells me at my end my internet connection is little unstable. I hope I'm audible.
Yes, ma'am.
Yes, ma'am.
Great. So that's thank God. I just thought I may not be able to connect for the class today, but fortunately the the net decided to help and become a friend. So let's carry on, and I hope till now the poem is quite clear. Are you clear on the two characters? Because this is the very first question that will pop out of this entire poem. That what do you think about the character of the spider, and what do you think about the fly? So you think you'll be able to sketch the two characters? Hello, yes or no?
Yes, ma'am.
Yes, ma'am.
Are you all clear? Thank you, Mohit. That's wonderful. Shadish, that's nice. What about the others? I would like to know from Mitanshi, from Megha, from Dhanakshi, Kajal, Kushi, both the Kushis, Shikha. Please let me know that you think you'll be able to write this answer because that's
Yes, ma'am.
Yes, ma'am.
that is the question. That is the question soon, because I have been already discussing in every stanza the character, and this could be one of the questions that can come, character question. Another could be, what was the modus operandi of the spider in trying to fool the fly? This could be another question. Somebody can put it down in the chat, please. Put down both the questions, any one of you, and then we will discuss these questions a little bit so that you're very clear, and then you can take up the written assignment. Moving on, let's take up the sixth stanza today. Yes, and who is the new child who will try today reading these lines? Yes, who will read out these
Ma'am,
lines?
can I read?
All right, please do.
Alas, alas,
Just a
how
second,
very
just a
soon this
second, just a second. Switch on your video while you read out, Kshitij. Yes, thank you. Yeah, that's nice to have you on the screen. A good evening here. Yes.
Good evening, ma'am. Alas, alas, how very soon this silly little fly, hearing his belly pattering words, came slowly flitting by,
All right. We'll
with
take a little
buzzing
little
very
pause, a little pause there so that I can also take up the explanation of that. Thank you so much. I will, you can switch off the video at the moment because I'm taking up the screen also at the same time. Therefore, so, all right. So here we are going to be talking about our fly. And in the meantime, one of you can draw that fly and also keep the color in mind. What was the color of the body?
Green,
And
Purple.
blue,
green and purple. So let's have a fly on one side. Maybe here you can have a fly, and here we'll have the web, the spider. So you can do it green and purple for the body. How were the wings?
transparent,
Let's use the word from the book. You get marks, you get more marks if you are using the word from the book.
Ma'am,
pearl and
silver
silver.
wing.
Silver, and one more word is used.
Pearl.
Pearl and silver
Gauzy
wing.
wings.
Yes, we have pearl and silver wing. We are told once, and then we are told in the previous, I think in the fourth stanza, we are told handsome gauzy wings. So when you describe the fly, do remember all these descriptions, because these are the things which the spider has pointed out for the fly. Yeah, who's drawing it? Quickly, let's have, yeah, that's nice. The green color you can take up, and maybe you can do the body with purple, and then you can, yes, it can look whatever. It doesn't have to be a perfect painting. We are not in a painting class. We're only using our drawing to understand something better in English. Alas, alas, how sad, how sad, how very soon this silly little fly, silly. The poet is terming the fly as silly. Already earlier, in the fifth stanza, she was called silly again. Yes, that's a pretty web, very, very pretty web. And you can have just a small spider there, and then we can have a fly on the other side. Hearing his wily, flattering words. Let's concentrate on this line. Hearing what? I took it up earlier also, and I'm repeating it today. Hearing what? Hearing about the sweet little parlor, about the sheets, about the curtain, or about the pantry, or about the flattering words. What affected her the most? I'm waiting for the answer.
Flattering words.
The
The,
flattery words.
the flattering words. So it was the flattering words. Would you like to come on the video for giving your answer? Those of you answered just now, who all gave an answer, you can switch on your video and hello. Yeah, who gave the answer for flattering words? Yes, Srishti. Switch on your video so that I can put you on the screen. Yes, so here comes Srishti. This is after a long time that I get to see you. This is so nice, so sweet. Yes, Srishti, your answer, please.
The flattering words of the spider affected most the fly.
Okay, thank you so much. That was so lovely, and thank you for that smile also, that sweet smile, along with your answer. It really made my evening, and I enjoyed looking at your smile. Thank you. You can switch off. Yes. So she has just summarized for us that it was the flattering words which praised her, which praised two parts of her. What is that? Quickly, let's see if you can remember this. What were the two aspects of her which the spider flattered? Number one.
Ma'am, wings.
Physical appearance.
All right, who's that? Come, switch on your video. That's a lovely answer. That's a lovely answer. Dipanjali is here with us, I think so, and I think even Srishti. Yeah, be ready with your videos, so that you can switch it on at the right. Yes, are you able to switch it on, Dipanjali?
Yes, ma'am.
Yes. Finally, Dipanjali is able to come on the screen there and looks pretty and has made evening even lovelier by being on the screen. Thank you, Dipanjali, for being there. Give us your answer. What were the two aspects? Number one,
Ma'am, her wings.
two aspects, two different things. See, wings will come under what? What were the two things?
Physical appearance.
Physical appearance, yes. And number two?
I mean,
Mental, yes. So one is mental powers. You remember the intelligence. Thank you so much, Dipanjali, for being on the screen. That's wonderful. That's so good of you. So one of them is the physical aspect, and the other one is the mental powers, her mental powers. So those are the ones complemented. And mental ke liye we are only told about two things, isn't it? Just that she is very witty and
witty.
wise. Witty and wise.
Right.
How many things are told for her physical aspect? How many things are told for her physical aspect?
Ma'am, her eyes, wings.
All right. I think I'll put down here what I'll bring up the text box. Okay, so it is going to be, if somebody else can type it for me. So it is physical aspect, and what was the other one? Her
Mental
mental powers.
aspect.
Mental powers. Now, what are the words for mental powers? That she is witty,
witty and wise.
witty. I'm looking for and am I able to find it? Yes, witty and we'll take up witty and wise. Physical aspects. How many?
Ma'am, bright eyes
Oh, okay. Is it bright?
and gauzy wings.
Is it bright or brilliant?
Brilliant eyes.
Brilliant eyes. What else? What else? Quick, quick.
Ma'am,
Yes.
gauzy wings.
Handsome.
Handsome, gauzy wings. Oh, I put up
Rest upon your head.
handsome. Okay, the spelling has gone wrong. Handsome. H-A-U-Z-Y. Correct my spelling if it goes wrong, huh? In case my typing goes wrong. What else? What else?
Eyes are like the diamond bright.
All right, they are like the eyes are like diamonds. My goodness me, what flattering words! Would you get flattered if somebody said your eyes are like diamond?
Yes.
Yes, ma'am.
Anyone would, Hannah. I think this is such a lovely
Yes, ma'am.
compliment. Such a lovely compliment. All right, what else? What else was said?
Rest upon her head.
All right. So I am at the moment putting a dash and a dash and a dash. There are a number of things he goes on to say, and we all remember them. That the body, the robe on the body, the robes are of green and purple, isn't it? And there's a crest upon the head. Yes, all that is there. So all this is there. And let's see how is the spider feeling. Hearing his wily, flattering words. Now these flattering words were wily, were very crafty. It was clever of him. He was complimenting her, but not genuinely. These were not genuine compliments. These were being given only to trap her. Therefore, we have the wily, flattering words. That the reason, the aim behind these compliments was cunning. Came slowly flitting by. And this fly, na 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 na. Maybe he was thinking, "Jaun ki nahi jaun." Then, up to that conflict is over. Now she is slowly and slowly, slowly and slowly, slowly and slowly coming near the den. She is slowly and slowly, slowly and slowly flying, 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 flying. And flitting is slowly and slowly drifting and moving and flying at a very slow pace. This reminds me of a filmy scene. Have you seen it in slow motion? When they show a heroine and a hero running towards each other in slow motion.
Yes,
Yes,
ma'am.
ma'am.
Can you all imagine that, slowly
Yes, ma'am.
gliding, slowly running and gliding, when you put that whole song in a slow motion, it goes like that. So that is what she's doing. She is flitting by with buzzing wings, and her wings are going cut, 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 maybe they're flipping them and saying, "Oh my God, my wings are so handsome, my handsome wings, and my wings are so pearly and they are so silver." Great. She hung aloft and she was dancing in the air. She was hanging, in the air, and maybe, trying to dance in the air with her wings and trying to admire her own wings. Then near and nearer drew. What is she coming near to? What is she coming
To the
near
web.
to? To the web. And the web is her?
Danger.
Is the
Dangerous.
danger, is the danger for her. So she is flying, running, rushing, buzzing, flitting towards danger. Does she notice? Does she notice that she's moving towards danger? Does she have any idea? Enter her brain and see. Does she have any idea?
No,
No,
ma'am.
ma'am.
But the spider had called her very witty and wise. What about that compliment?
Flattery.
Flattery, flattery. That means that was not a genuine compliment. He actually wanted to, he actually wanted to fuse off her mental powers. This is like, he is trying to fuse her mental powers. He's trying to remove and blind the mental powers so that she will not use her mind. and she will be only and only covered with flattering words. And no wonder, look, I just typed out the physical aspects are covered more and mental powers were less. I don't think so. She is wise here. If she were, she would have known that I'm getting into danger. And look at the spider's modus operandi, that he has overloaded her with a lot of physical compliments. The compliments which have come for physical aspects are more than the mental powers. And she is thinking about what? Is she thinking about how witty and wise she is? Or is she thinking, oh
Um,
my, or about the physical compliments?
Physical compliment.
Physical compliments. Thinking only of her brilliant eyes. Oh my God, my eyes are so brilliant. And I have green and purple hue. And look at my body. It's green and it's purple. Hue means color. He says she's looking at herself and she's already had a good look in the mirror. Remember the other day we were talking of that she's had a good look. She's admired herself a lot in the mirror. After, when did she admire herself? What made her admire herself in the mirror? Who made her admire in the mirror?
The
Spider.
The
spider.
spider. The spider made her go and look herself in the mirror. It is because of the spider
Mirror.
that she went and she saw what she really looked like in the mirror. So that was the first effect of spider's words. And now, even though she doesn't have the mirror in front of her, but in her mind constantly, what are the words echoing? Somebody read those lines with buzzing wings. What is she hearing in her
With
mind?
buzzy
What is she hearing in her mind? His
phrases.
his wily, flattering words. All the time that's echoing and echoing and echoing in her mind are the words of the spider. And those are that my wings are pearly and white, and I have brilliant eyes, and my body is green and purple. What else? Thinking only of her crested head. Oh, he also said, I have a crown on my head. And she's thinking, oh, my crown is so beautiful. My wings are so beautiful. And my whole body is so lovely colored. Now tell me one thing. Tell me one thing. All these things have come on her just now. Her wings have become gauzy after spider told her. Has her body become purple and green, lovely colored after the spider told her? Does she have a crest on
Mm.
her head after the spider told her? Or she had them all along?
She had them all along.
Yes. Brilliant. Lovely. Now comes my second question. Did she not know that she is beautiful? Did she not know that my wings are pearly and silver and I have a beautiful crown? I have gauzy wings. Did she not know this? Was she not aware about this earlier?
She was not very much aware because you notice things what people say. I mean, when people say something about you, then only you notice it.
Wonderful. So you really bring me to a wonderful topic here. Such a lovely, lovely, thought that we need to talk of here. I have just, you all agreed, you've just agreed, and when just now she summarized that this she always had. It's not that she suddenly grew on all these things, that suddenly all these things, came upon her because a magic wand was, circled around her. She already had. What happened? That the spider told her about them, and then she gets trapped.
Ma'am, your voice.
Is glitching, not
Yes,
audible,
ma'am.
not audible.
Yes, ma'am.
Is it better now? I'm changing the.
And there's some buzzing sound.
Oh, there's a fly here. That means. Oh my God, the fly has come here. All right.
No.
I'll try and get out of this buzzing thing and hope the recording goes better, and then you can have a look at it later when I upload it. Maybe there the buzzing you can hear it without a buzzing. I just hope so. Therefore, I'm doing
Okay,
this
ma'am.
right now. So my question is, where is the trouble? What trapped her? What trapped her? Has Spider done anything really very wrong? What has he done? He just complimented her.
Man, according to me, the spider knows weak point of the fly. He knows where to say those words and what to compliment upon.
All right, come on the screen. Come on the screen and talk, Kshitij. Yes. Yeah, go on. That's a very important discussion. We are into it just now.
None all these stanzas, the fly is shown that the fly has a wisdom, but the real wisdom, which I think the spider has the real wisdom,
I wish I could do a
because
thumbs
he
up.
knows
I wish I could do a thumbs up for that, what you just said. Exactly. In fact, who is wise?
the
The
spider is right
spider.
in a dark way.
In any way, you see, he may use his intellect for wrong purposes is a different story. We will talk about that later, isn't it? But as of now, he knew what to say, when to say, and remember we discussed it that wisdom is something that is a very important faculty, a very important faculty, and it's a blessing. It's a blessing, and it comes from God, isn't it? It's another thing that the
Yes,
spider is using such a lovely gift which he has got from God for a wrong and an evil
yes,
purpose. He will definitely be punished for it one day, definitely. But the spider here is using all the faculty. And has he said anything wrong to her?
not at all. He just used her brain. Um, use the brain in the way to. He's very experienced, I think. Very experienced. The fly is not her first prey, I think.
So the fly has got trapped in her own beauty, you mean to say? Her
Yes,
own
ma'am.
beauty has trapped her? Think about it again,
Ma'am,
children.
I don't think that fly knew how beautiful the fly was before the spider. The spider made her realize her beauty, and after that she fell in her trap.
Now, exactly this is the line I want to talk of. Mind, my dear children, that this can be a trap. We should be, you think if the fly was aware how beautiful she is, if the fly already knew that I am beautiful, I look awesome, I am Miss Universe, and I have the best eyes, I have the most brilliant eyes, do you think she would have got fooled by these flattering words of the spider?
No, ma'am.
No, ma'am.
What would she have said then? What would she have said? Srishti, you want to come on the video, then you can be there also as you, or Khushi, or anyone who wants to speak and come on the screen.
She
What do
would
you,
have said, I know.
exactly, that's wonderful, Khushi. I think that was Khushi. So Khushi says she would have said, thank you for the compliment. If you were the fly, what would you have said? If somebody praised you and you already were aware about your own, beautiful aspect. Let's hear.
I would say thank you, and I know that, and I would will not come in your trap.
All right, that's wonderful.
Uh,
So, anyone else who would like to try and say if you already were aware of your beauty and if somebody is complimenting you, what would you say?
I would say that's a very lovely compliment. Thank you for your compliment. But if I was in the position of the fly, I will not be there in the first line when the spider calls me, and if I know about his evil, so that evil. what we can say.
Oh, Kshitij,
Even
you are
thinking
so
about
handsome. Oh, Kshitij, you're so handsome. You know, you have the most brilliant eyes. You have the most brilliant eyes. And look at that lovely crew cut hairstyle. You know, and I think so. You could take up this ad. You know, you can be a model for this ad. Would you like to take up this offer, Kshitij? And forget about class 11 and 12. Would you take up this modeling show because you have the most handsome features?
uh, I will think about it.
Okay, that was a wonderful reply. That was a wonderful reply. I was just trying to act out the spider and trying to, trap him. But you noticed he did not get trapped. He just said, I'll think about it. Maybe if I go on to praise him a little more, I don't know if what happens in the fourth stanza, but my dear children, this is an important
Ma'am,
line.
I would like to say that the spider said to the fly that he is wise, but in reality, he is not. The fly is not wise because if he was wise, in the first paragraph, everyone has a premonition of some cunning act in his words.
Mm-hmm,
So
mm-hmm.
he would have walked away.
True. And I think in the beginning, she was still, using her mental powers. I think so. But when it came to physical compliments, mind you, my children, be mindful of my words here. See, when people are complimenting us about our mental powers, we are able to hold on. This is human weakness, what I'm trying to say next. The moment we are showered with physical compliments, something happens to us. This is psychology. This is so true of any one of us. Now this is where I would like to share for all of us a big learning for all of us, even for myself. I'm reminding myself that be wary. Do stop and think. Number one, we should be very aware of our own strengths and weaknesses. We should be always doing our Kshitij, I'm just going on the screen a moment. I'm writing down something, right? So I'm going here. Now, this is something which is very important for our life, and I'm going to write down here something. We must be doing our SWOT analysis. This is life skill I'm talking of. SWOT analysis, which is called our STRENGTH, strengths. S is for strengths.
And what
W,
is what?
I'm expanding it. W is our weaknesses. Then O is our opportunities. Just check my spelling. Typing should not go wrong. And T is what are our threats. Now, this is something very important for our life. SWOT, SWOT analysis. We should all the time keep doing our SWOT analysis. This is for self. This is for self. That what are our strengths? We should keep asking our friends, or we should understand on our own. We should know our weaknesses, that what are my weaknesses? You know why? What do you think, if the spider had done the SWOT analysis, would she have got trapped? Do you think she would have got trapped? She would not have got trapped.
No, ma'am.
So
No,
therefore,
ma'am.
this is a life skill, my dear children, that I'm picking out from the poem, from this stanza, that something, every 2 months we should keep doing it. Because, our weaknesses keep changing, our strengths become better. So if we keep doing, no, I think my hair are pretty good. Oh, I think I have lovely nails. Or anything, it could be about any physical aspect, anything. And if you keep doing that, then nobody will be able to fool us and say, "Oh, look at her hands, so pretty," and then we won't go, "Ooh," we go so gooey gooey, and we kind of start dancing, and look what all the fly was doing. She kept looking in the mirror, flitting, and all that. And there are times when we also start behaving in the same manner. So I think if we already are aware of whatever we are, what is the good and what is not the good in us, then I think we'll be able to come out of this problem and we will not be able to get trapped ever. So that is the most important thing that needs to be done. Let's read up the next part. Let's continue to read. I'll request somebody to read here so that we can try and let's see if we can wrap up the poem today.
And now, dear little children, I know the story read to I do say fluttering words. I pray you never give it. I do, and I even pour someone's close heart and
Uh,
ears, and I take a lesson from the state of silence.
the voice is little unclear here. Doesn't matter. Thank you for that read. That was heard maybe by the others. Maybe it was a problem. So she was thinking only of her physical beauty. How foolish! I think we can all declare her that because she already knew. She should have known. In fact, she should have known that I already have these beautiful things, and there's nothing special that the spider has told me. The spider actually has given her no added compliment. She's not added any compliment. He has not added any compliment. He has just said what she is. The problem is that the fly was not aware. She had not done her SWOT analysis. She had not analyzed her own beauty. Poor foolish thing.
Yeah.
Poor foolish thing. Could you put yourself on mute, please? All the others, because there's some background sound. And yes, thank you so much. So I hope you understand here the problem with the spider and sorry, the way the fly has got trapped in her own foolishness. Basically, I hope you all agree to that. Up jumped the cunning spider and fiercely held her fast. He quickly jumped on her and held her very fast in her arms, in the claws, probably. He dragged her up, she was dragged. The fly with the diamond bright eyes, the fly with green and purple robes, the fly with those handsome, gauzy, pearly silver wings is being dragged. She's being dragged. She's being taken away forcefully, dragged her up the winding stairs. She must be saying, "Oh, please, 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 let me go." Excuse me. And the spider must have, just a second, I'll just have a little sip of water. She must have said, what do you think she must have said? You think she must have let herself be dragged?
No, ma'am. She must have struggled.
What she must have said?
The fly must have said that you said that I am beautiful, now you are dragging me, you were so inhuman, all those sort of things.
Don't you think so? She would have said, "Hey, spider, what about my crest on the head? You said it was so pretty, but you're spoiling my crest now. Hey, you said I have the most handsome gauzy wings. You're spoiling them. You're tearing them apart. मेरे सारे पंख को तुम तोड़ रहे हो. तुमने तो कहा था that I have the most handsome gauzy wings. Oh, you said I have the most handsome gauzy pearly wings, and you're tearing them apart today." The silly, foolish. When we know what's good in us, we should try and protect it. If we know our strengths, when we know our eyes are good, then we must be all the more careful. If we know we have lovely hair, then long hair.
Ma'am, I can't hear you.
That's such an important thing. We have to know about all our positive points. We have to know about all our positive traits. We must keep complimenting ourselves. Oh, I have lovely hair. Rather than wait, see the solution here is rather than wait for somebody else to come and compliment you. And that's when we can go, oh, he compliments me, oh, he said I have the most beautiful hair, and then we can get proud. Better is, let's compliment ourselves. Yes, I have lovely hair. Hey, hey. You can take your own name and say, yes, I have lovely hair. Or you can say, oh, I have a lovely handwriting. Tell me one good thing about yourself. Let's start here. Tell me one good thing about yourself, all of you. Let's do a little of the SWOT analysis just now. Any one thing. Take your name and tell me that quality of yours. It could be anything. It can be anything physical or it can be any other quality.
Ma'am, my name is Dipanjali. I'm good at drawing.
So don't say I. Take your name and say.
Um,
Say Dipanjali, you are good at drawing. So say it.
Dipanjali, you are good at drawing.
How did you feel when you took your own name?
Embarrassing.
Embarrassing. But then better it is that we accustom our ears to compliments from ourselves, so that when somebody else will compliment us, we will not get affected. We will not be ensnared. Okay, who's coming up next? Thank you, Dipanjali. Who's taking up next? Quick, all of you. All of you we all will go through this.
Srishti, you are good at handwriting.
Oh, that's wonderful. That's so good to know. Yes, next. Yes, quickly, all of you. I don't want to take your name. You should unmute and quickly speak out.
Shivit, you are good at talking.
Again, something's there in the mic, I think. Yeah.
Shivit, you are good in talking.
Oh, wonderful. That's great. Wonderful. In case any one of you have a problem with the mic, then you can also put it in the chat. I'll read it in the chat. Yes. Who's coming next? Thank you, Shivit. Yes, Amakshi. Even if you have not thought about what's good in you, you can just imagine anything and tell us. Even if right now you've not had the time to think about what's good in you, you can think about it later, but you can imagine any one thing and talk about it. Any one thing. Yes, Somakshi, I'm waiting. Ayushi. Mohit. You can put it in the chat. Let me see it in the chat. Put down in the chat. Are there two Dhanakshi? Oh, Mohit, you are honest. That's wonderful.